Picture this. You have a project that you've been working on for a long time, and you get up and you work on it every single day. And although you enjoy it, you're starting to get kind of tired of it. And you wish that you had some way to be able to speed up your editing process so that you weren't stuck editing for so long. So you could finish the project and get that gratification for having finished it, deliver it to your client, and be able to be done with it. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 tips that will help you accomplish just that. And yes, I'm not exaggerating by the title. This can help you even 3x your editing speed when you combine these 3 tips. And make sure you watch this video until the end, because I think the 3rd tip is probably the most important, that I can cut down my time in the cutting room. So let's start off with tip number 1. And this is the easiest one and the one that's going to give you the smallest gains, but it's still going to help, especially in aggregate with the other tips. That is to use the comma and period keys on your keyboard to be able to make micro adjustments to your clips. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So let's say I have a clip here and I want to time it to music, but I'm just having a hard time with getting it just right on the beat. Well, one of the things that I can do is I can come in and I can select the clips, and using the period and comma keys, I can actually move it left and right a single frame. Now, at first glance, this might not seem like it's going to increase your editing speed, but I promise you this saves me tons of time with having to focus in, zoom all the way in, and try to precisely move it with my mouse. Not to mention that these keys actually ignore snapping. So when you're moving things, it's not going to snap back and forth to something and increase the time that you're trying to get it in just the right spot. And a little kind of bonus tangent tip with this first secret is that clips have selectable ends on them, meaning that when you click on the end of a clip, it will actually select it and highlight it green. And this also is movable with the period and comma keys by a single frame. You can see here that I'm moving the edge of this clip frame by frame. And that's not actually moving the clip from left to right. If you see here that if I zoom in on the clip, you can see I'm actually just moving the edge of the clip frame by frame. And this also applies to both the audio and video. If I hold Control, I can actually select multiple ends to the clip like this. And that way I can actually make frame by frame adjustments to the edge of the clip by using these 2 keys. And this saves me a ton of time because I can make very precise adjustments very quickly. I don't have to use my mouse to kind of hunt, and I don't have to turn on and off snapping all the time to be able to get it in just the right spot. I can just select either the clip or the edges of the clip, and I can make frame by frame adjustments. The next tip that I'm about to show you is actually in the color tab. And it kind of embarrasses me that I didn't learn about this sooner or figure it out sooner, because it's like the most basic thing. And being able to do this on a regular basis will help you color grade your clips significantly faster. With my color process, I have already done my color space transform. To learn more about how to do that and to learn more about how you can master DaVinci Resolve, I actually have a link in the description if you want to sign up for a notification once I release a DaVinci Resolve course. This course is designed to take the principles that I'm teaching you today to a whole new level to help you save a ton of time and money and ultimately make more money using DaVinci Resolve by learning the basics and learning what I wish I would have known a long time ago. Just like this tip right here. So I've color corrected and graded this clip. What if I want to copy and paste these settings just really quickly onto my next clip? Well, one way that I could do that is I could right click and grab a still. And then I have this still, and then I can come in and I can apply it to other clips. The problem with this method, which in some cases is actually a feature, not a bug, but in this specific instance, I actually don't want to copy paste the entire node tree, which is what grabbing a still actually does. It grabs the entire node tree, puts it into a still, and then it's like, okay, hey, this is now part of your grade, right? So what I want to do is I just want to select the first part of it, because the second part of this grade that I have is actually a power window, and this power window won't translate to other clips because the bride and groom are probably going to be in a different spot inside of those clips. All you have to do is select the node you want to copy into Control-C on your keyboard. Then go to the clip that you want to paste it to. So let's call it this clip right here. and you do, instead of doing Control V, because for whatever reason that actually doesn't, that's not the hotkey that Blackmagic set up for this, you do Alt V on your keyboard. It's going to ask you, hey, it looks like we're copying the attributes from clip 6 node 1 to clip 11 node 1. So it's telling you, hey, this is what we're copying and this is where we're copying it to. And you can also tell it to copy keyframes. That doesn't apply to this specific example because I don't have keyframes, but we do want parameters. So we can actually select all of our parameters, or we can just select individual parameters. And of course, these line up with all of the controls that you have in the color tab. So I'm going to select all the parameters and hit apply. Now, of course, this clip isn't quite perfect because the lighting was a little bit different. So I am going to have to change the offset. But once I have that fixed, it already looks much, much better. And that's a really quick and easy way to be able to apply one node to another clip without having to copy the entire node tree. I'm a firm believer in simplicity, and that's why I typically don't have more than just a couple nodes for the work that I do. And so this is a huge boon for me to be able to very quickly just copy and paste color settings from one clip to another. And this also applies to just applying it to, let's say you color grade one clip and you like the way that you've graded it, you want to apply it to all the others without actually copying the node to those clips individually. Then you can just go in and create an adjustment layer and copy and paste the settings onto the adjustment layer, and you can do it by node on a node by node basis. Before I actually get to tip number 3 and one of my favorite secrets to helping you save time editing, I'm going to give you guys a bonus tip. Now, this one I found out by accident, but it's super interesting and super useful. It's kind of hidden inside of DaVinci Resolve, so you might not know about it unless you know about it, right? It's kind of a if you know situation. You can set down your playhead, and then you can choose to press play, but you can make it so that every time you push the play button or every time you do this key command, it will go back to where your playhead was and play from that spot. If you hold Alt and push L on your keyboard, it's going to jump back to where your playhead was and play again. And so I can start playback from that specific spot anytime that I want. Now, the third and final tip that I'm going to reveal to you is one that I use most often actually when I'm editing interviews of all things. I'm not going to use an interview as an example in this clip, but I am going to show you the principle of this tip. And that is to use J, K, and L on your keyboard. Now, these are the default keyboard settings for this feature. You can always change your settings inside of your keyboard customization. And so I'm just going to show you what those are inside of here. J on the keyboard is play reverse, K is stop, and then L works as play forward. Now, that's not all that impressive. Being able to play something backwards, sure, I guess that might be kind of useful. What's really interesting about the play forward and play backward is that you can stack it. So let me show you. So if I close this, if I press L on my keyboard, it's going to play back at a normal speed. But if I press it again, it's going to play back at double the speed. So this is 2x. If I push it again, it's going to play back at 3x the speed, and so on. And so, and press K, then that's going to stop. This is extremely useful during interviews because usually what I'm doing when I'm cutting an interview and getting kind of the best audio bites, if you will, is I'm just going through very quickly, and I just need to be able to understand on a surface level what the person is saying to cut out the fluff or to grab the best audio bites from an interview to put it into the video that I'm making. And that applies to this. Is usually for me, I can play it back at 2x speed, and that 2x speed is going to give me the information that I need to be able to make educated cuts inside the interview and make, put markers in there, change color clips, whatever I need to do to be able to get that footage that I need from the interview very, very quickly. Those are my tips to helping you increase your editing speed inside of DaVinci Resolve. Thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, maybe click the like button as well. And again, check out the link in my description if you're interested in learning how to use DaVinci Resolve to its fullest to be able to save time. I have a DaVinci Resolve 101 course that I am actually finished with, but I'm just in the process of getting a launch date set for that. And that is going to be very, very soon. So sign up in the link in the description for that so you don't miss it, because I'm really excited about it. And I'm going to offer an exclusive launch discount to anybody who is subscribed to me. It's going to provide a ton of value while still being very competitive cost-wise. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.